Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Nathan on Bug Delver leading out with the ideal opening of a Delver of Secrets versus Lucas on Grixis Delver Breach. A variant on the popular Grixis Delver archetype, mashing in Underworld Breach along with a few combo pieces. We see there the Lion's Eye Diamond. One of those pieces allows the deck to just pivot into combo mode. We'll see if this splash is worthwhile. Wasteland taking out the Volcanic Island and a Thoughtseize. And we've got a Young Pyromancer, a Delver, enough mana to cast them both, and then also an Infernal Tutor and an LED. And if Nathan doesn't have counters, this could actually be over pretty rapidly. Delver of Secrets coming down off this Volcanic Island. A Wasteland would be absolutely devastating here. Brainstorm. Now, the fetch land couldn't realistically be played to fetch out a basic island and give you some resiliency without abandoning your Infernal Tutor plan. Delver flips and gets fatally pushed. And if Nathan doesn't have a counter, this would actually just be lethal. Lucas not going for it. Gotta feel like in this situation, probably kind of have to. Could have Infernal Tutored, respond, crack the LED so you can cast your Breach, then recast your LED, and Infernal Tutor for Brain Freeze, and you'll be off to the races. Plenty of cards in the graveyard to make that happen. Infernal grabbing an additional LED. Bug does not have the extra range and commits another Goyf, forcing Lucas to go all in here no matter what. A Thoughtseize shows Force and Brainstorm, and that's gonna do it. We're going to get to see this deck combo out. So Bug had kind of an ideal draw here, leading out with a Delver, and just did not have enough left in the tank at the end. A Force of Will, no blue card to pitch for it. Of course, the Thoughtseize would have taken the Force of Will otherwise. And now we're going to see Infernal Tutor for Brain Freeze. And that is going to do it. So far, so good for the splash. In an already solid deck, Grixis Delver contorting just a little bit to have a combo finish. Also has the great use of Lightning Bolt for its normal strategy and as the combo finisher. Be able to just straight up kill your opponent with it if they do have something like a Veil of Summer, giving them protection from, or hexproof from blue. You do not have to worry about it. You can just bolt them out of the game. Sideboarding options here. True Name Nemesis. Not the worst versus Bug, not the best. They do have things like Plague Engineer that can potentially deal with it. I think True Name tends to be strongest in decks that can give them something to hold on to. Throw a sword or a Jit on there, and he goes to town, but just hitting for 3 a turn does feel a little underwhelming. especially given the variety of answers that now exist for the card. Plague Engineer, probably, I would say, the prime suspect in any true name murder. But we've also got things like Stomp from Bone Crusher Giant that can make it so the damage cannot be prevented that turn. That can be a devastating state of affairs when true name is involved in combat, and then a Stomp is fired off, potentially killing something like a Delver, making it so the true name is not so tough anymore. Liliana of the Veil, not as commonly played anymore. I mean, Plague Engineer really has dominated that 3-mana slot in our area, at least. I haven't taken a look online and try and like compile deck lists or anything, but anecdotally, locally, what I've been seeing, Plague Engineer absolutely carrying the weight in that 3-mana spot. And then, of course, there's all the Edict effects, Liliana's Triumph, Angarth's Rampage, very strong card, being able to take out planeswalkers, artifacts, or creatures, particularly Oko. That guy has just so much loyalty, which does feel a little off-brand. Doesn't seem like he'd be particularly loyal. Seems like he'd just go any way the wind blows, easily distracted and ready to move on to greener pastures. But no, he is there for the long haul once he shows up most of the time, including plussing by either making food or elks. One of the scarier cards in this matchup. We've got a Thoughtseize and Inquisition and Goyf on the other side. This is like a beatdown situation. Goyf's actually being taken. He's going to allow the Inquisition to be fired back. Flusterstorm on top, and that's got to feel a little bad. Inquisition, and we see Flusterstorm, LED Lightning Bolt, and Young Pyromancer. So Lucas is going to be in a racing situation. He's going to be able to drop Young Pyromancer and then actually clear the opposing Delver with the Lightning Bolt. So he has to break that up with this Inquisition. Lightning Bolt with the Flusterstorm open. Flusterstorm's trade, and the Delver goes down. Thoughtseize takes the Ponder. And really, at any point, if Lucas draws Infernal Tutor or, I mean, particularly Infernal Tutor, it will be over. Lucas assessing the situation. I think he's actually drawn Breach, and he's going to potentially throw some Ponders out there, see what happens. Lucas thinking about it. He's already tipped his hand, counting out the graveyard, so it's not like you're going to surprise Nathan from here. He's just going to start going for it. Breach is in play. LED. He's not going to use the mana on the Lightning Bolt here. He's casting Young Pyromancer as a backup plan. Bolting once and pondering. So just getting some value. Ooh, and in a cruel twist, Infernal Tutor was actually on top. He could have just won the game if he had moved all in on the Breach plan, instead opting to get the extra 2 1/1 elemental tokens. That Infernal Tutor would have translated into a Brain Freeze and into lethal. A land. Which I thought he actually had already played a land. I may not have followed that properly. Oh, and it's just one elemental. Is that correct? Abrupt Decay off the top really makes this look terrible. Gonna Pyroblast just for lulls and getting a 1/1 body, and he's gonna try and make these two 1/1s get there, but 14 life is so much. Not optimistic. A Brainstorm with a fetch land. Any body is going to be big enough to get in front of these 1/1s. Nathan, putting the 2 in the graveyard instead of on top of the library, accidentally quickly realizes it. Thought Scour is actually in this 75 card list potentially for Lucas. And Ponder. And pondering again. And at this point, I gotta say, if Nathan's unable to find some type of threat to get in front of these two 1/1 elementals, it's going to be highly unusual. He has seen an absolute ton of cards. Holy cow, he's shuffling. Unbelievable. He had an Abrupt Decay for the Young Pyromancer. He's got Brainstorm plus Brain Freeze. I'm going to go ahead and fire off the Brainstorm, see what happens. There's a Thought Scour. LED. And another Thought Scour. This one putting a Brazen Borrower into the bin. And I mean, it's got to be go time here. Let's see it. Cracking LED for red. Let's get an Underworld Breach and seal the deal. LED coming back. And again. Got the Infernal Tutor. As long as he has the blue mana floating, he's going to be all set. And might as well cast the LED again just for the extra storm. Daze, I don't think is going to be enough to stop this. Is he going to be a card shy? He needed black, red, and blue mana off of this LED. Daze looking to bottleneck. The first time he needed to crack it for red. Second time he needed to crack it for black. And then ultimately blue. And these two spirits now are the win condition. Plague Engineer clears them out of the way. Infernal Tutor off the top. Incredible top deck here. And he's going to get rid of a card out of Nathan's hand with the new Titan, who can then unearth. Doing some more damage, and this is just incredibly powerful. Plague Engineer is going to be able to hold back this Titan. I don't think he has Trample. I think he's just a 6/6. It's a new card, like Grixis, something like that. Croaksum. No, just like Euro, he doesn't have Trample. That would be devastating. Caracas. Oh, man. Oh, man. Caracas shows up, bounces the new Titan Croaxa, bounces Croaxa, and allows it to be replayed, doing the final damage to Nathan. Unbelievable. What a match. Back and forth. New complicated list, and just raw power bailing out Lucas there down toward the end. Incredible top decks, and that was a fun one. Hope you enjoyed it too. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.